Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the First Family of Las Vegas's daily free winner show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, SportsMemo. Before we bring out today's guests and give out free winners for today's action, guys, and we're going to be giving you out those free winners way in time for you to take advantage and get down on them. How we begin every show. I'm a little tired already today. We'll tell you about it in a second. Dionne, good morning.
Good morning. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Sports fans, I got woken up this morning by, listen, I'm not a zoologist. I don't have a clue what they are. This loud noise-making fowl on top of my house. One of my neighbors had one. I had one. I went outside, and this duck looked at me making this noise like, what are you doing in my territory? And then my dogs were outside, and they were eyeing my dogs. And I got to tell you, if it comes between anybody and my dogs are going to win. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what, Don Buster has a comment about this. We're going to bring him out in a minute. But we were being woken up by exactly what I heard. It was crazy. And they just all morning. I'm a little frazzled by it, so I'm a little off my game today. But we've got a lot to talk about today. There's NBA, there's MLB, there's NHL. There is, I think Don Buster is going to be talking about our Vegas Golden Knights today. The other night, I was at Monday's Dark. Mark Chinook, who owns Monday's Dark, is the voice, the hype man for the Vegas Golden Knights. And they're doing a watch party tonight over at the Space, which is where they host Monday's Dark. It's a great charity here in Vegas. Guys, look it up. Anyway, it's not looking too good for the Vegas Golden Knights right now. I don't know. Maybe Don Buster could see you. I think they have a very slim chance, if any. See. But I know he's going to be talking about that game. We got some basketball games tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Lines,
just two today?
Two big lines on these games. The odds makers, they know that you're going to be coming in on these teams that are up a few games, and they're going to be inflating the line, so keep an eye out for that. But we're very excited about today's guests, and we are excited about later on today. Sports fans, tune in later today to Full Count, the MLB Sports Betting Show. Today live, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be hosting, so adjust the volume on your devices. Joining me today will be Jesse Schul, Ronald Cabank. So tune in before you make any of your Wednesday baseball decisions. See, I'm still off. I'm off by a day. I know Dionne has a few discounts she wants to tell you about. And I know she'll be a lot more eloquent than I am. Those birds or whatever they are really freak me out. Listen, I'm a New York City guy. If it's not a four-legged rat, we don't know. We don't have those in the city. Dionne, take it away.
Well, Joey and I do have a huge NBA discount. We are both on the pro basketball leaderboards for a few days, for a week, for a month, and for the season. So SportsMemo is allowing you to receive the rest of NBA for just $99. All you have to do is use code HOOP99 upon checkout. And you know what else is about Wednesday?
Tell me about Wednesday.
It is Fill Your Cart Wednesday over at SportsMemo. Anything that you can fit in your cart from any of the cappers, as much as you want, cart 33 upon checkout, 33% off. It is a great deal.
Well, you look cute today, by the way.
Well, thank you.
That's also throwing me off my game. Sports fans, we have a great show for you today, and joining us today is Mr. Pavlos Laguretos and Don Buster. Happy Wednesday, guys.
Good morning, Wednesday, guys.
Now, wait, Pavlos, if I'm not mistaken, you're in the brainchild of a brewery. Is that correct?
Yeah. I'm at the brewery, and now you can see the bottles behind me. This is, beer stuff getting fermented. Super excited to be here. Super excited to be also on your show. Which, I love you guys, and I'm looking to give another free winner today.
That would be great. Now, Pavlos, you do know I love beer, and summertime's coming where I really like my beer even more. If you ever want to throw some beers in a case, send them on over. I'll give you my address. Sure, now, Don had something he wanted to tell me about the duck that was above my house, waking me up today. Don, if you could.
Well, Joe, I did see that tweet, and right away, me being Canadian, very well know that is a Canada goose that is on your house. So, well, and they can be a little troublesome, to say the least. I used to be a bit of a golfer, and they like to cause a little trouble on the golf course.
I'll tell you what,
they're noisy. That's for sure.
Don, you never see a blood walking into a crip area or vice versa. And that duck, if he's there after this show, I'm going to tell you right now, got 4 grills outside, and we're going to have duck for dinner. I know it's a goose. It is loud. It is loud. Now, at first glance, I didn't know what it was because I don't know duck, geese. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to tell you. So thank you for telling me what it was, though, Don.
Well,
but
at least they were just on the house because normally they're in our pool swimming.
we had a couple in the pool about 2
Wow.
weeks ago, and they're not. You said they're a little ornery and they're a little. They can be ornery. I got 4 dogs, and all my dogs are just like me. They think they're bigger and stronger than what they are. So, and they went outside. They were barking on, and the goose just started looking at my one of my big dogs, Dice. And I didn't like the way he was looking at him. I'll tell you right now. So I want you to know, I fired up the grill. I pulled out a pellet gun. We're having goose for dinner tonight. But we have some great free plays today, guys. We're going to be talking about soccer. We're going to be talking about baseball. We're going to be talking about hockey. We are going to go, without any further ado, right into a man that's been busting books. That's how he got his nickname. Don Buster. He's been busting books. He's got a big NHL free winner for you tonight. But I know he's got some exciting things he wants to tell you about. Don, if you could take it away, we would love to hear what you got to say.
Okay, thanks, guys, and enjoy that duck tonight, Joe. Yeah, the NHL playoffs are starting on Monday, and we have a great special. SportsMemo has put out a special for us. It's if you go to our homepage at SportsMemo, use the promo code PUCK149, and you can get the entire NHL playoffs right all the way through the Stanley Cup Final for only $149. That's 2 months of action, of NHL action. So if you like betting NHL, come over to our homepage and grab that right now. That we are number 1 at SportsMemo the last 30 days, plus 43% profit for our clients. So come on over, grab that. You'll be happy that you did. For our show play today, we are going back with the Vegas game. Last week we gave out Vegas, and we had a free play winner on the show here. And tonight we're going to go with the over. You and Dionne discussed Vegas's playoffs. They basically lost last night. Well, they didn't basically. They lost last night in overtime, and I was going on about basically they're done. They're basically done. Arizona plays Dallas tonight. Dallas just has to get a point in their next 2 games. That was just a brutal loss, but Vegas had a bunch of brutal losses down the stretch. They just weren't the team this year, and I've been telling everybody on our Puck Time show on Wager Talk that the coach will be fired, and I figure he'll be fired come Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. Okay. As far as this game goes, last home game for Chicago here, and they had a real disappointing season. So you're going to see them just come out flying in front of the home fans. This is a back-to-back for Vegas, as I just mentioned. They lost in overtime last night, crushing any real hopes that they have. This is going to be straight, and we talked about this before. This is going to be straight pond hockey right from the get-go. Expect this total to go well over the 6. There's even some 6.5s coming up now. And there's some solid trends for this to go over. 3rd game in 4 nights for Vegas. In those situations, they're 5-1 to the over. Chicago, they're 11-3 to the over with 1 day's rest this year. And that's in the last 14 games. Really like the over here. Don't see much defense. And these guys all have incentives in their contract. And all those incentives are to score goals, to get assists, get points. And that's what they'll be doing tonight. Expect this to be a well-over game. Might even be sitting in a rocking chair getting this one tonight, guys.
There you go. Sports fans, he is our ice genius. I'll tell you that, man. He's the Greek god of ice. I'll tell you that. But I want you to know, he says take the Golden Knights Blackhawks over 6. Don, we don't really go off the cuff here, but I got to ask you, being in Vegas, I'm always going to root for my hometown teams. I am a New Yorker at heart. I mean, when it comes to baseball, I'm only a Yankee. Any other team is always who I bet that day. But I've got to tell you, there's a different feel right now in Vegas. I've been here over 30 years. 32 years. When I first moved here, the Running Rebels, and I'm still going to say that they're the single greatest college basketball team that I've ever seen. And that's not what I'm going to debate. But, as soon as they started losing a couple of years later, what was in 89, 90 a $1,500 ticket to go see the Running Rebels at Thomas and Mack. You started seeing more visiting shirts than you see red UNLV Rebels, and Vegas is a fickle town. We're made up a lot of the people that live here are from other places. We really we're only on our second generation of people that were born and raised here, really overall. And I've got to tell you, I see people that live here in town already wearing jerseys for other hockey teams. I think it's they're fickle here. And I know that it didn't look too good. And it seems like the Golden Knights lost a little bit of their chemistry this year. I know you talked quite a few times this season about their coach, and I agree with you. But, getting rid of their goalie, who everybody loves here, Derek England retiring, a few other things. But this team, it seems like they lost a little something this year. They came about a few years ago. They made the playoffs each of their first several years in the league and were a surprise team that go to the finals in their first year, which is basically unheard of in sports as an expansion team. But your take on the Golden Knights' future at all?
Yeah. Well, Joe, I'll have to say one thing. They had a ton of injuries this year. They lost a lot of man games to injuries. One of their heart and soul, Stone, he was out a lot. Pacioretty was out. And you're right. When Fleury didn't come back, when they decided to part ways with him, and who knows, I don't like Minnesota's defense, but I tell you, Minnesota with Fleury and that, they've got a good chance. They've got some offensive. That whole West is going to be crazy this year for the playoffs. But they'll be all right. They're going to have to get rid of DeBoer. That's just the way it goes, right? I mean, he had a team there that could have done a lot of things. And even though the injuries are going to say, well, if they didn't have all those injuries, they would have been all right. Not sure. Down the stretch, all those guys came back and they lost games to New Jersey. They lose last night when it counts in overtime. Something's not there. I've said it all year. They're just missing something. And it usually starts with the coach, unfortunately for him. And I think they get somebody, another strong coach in, and I think they're right there. And you'll have your sellouts and you'll have the team. That team's not going anywhere for at least another few years, so they'll be fine.
I will tell you, growing up as a New York City boy, I grew up an Islander fan, and a lot of my friends were Rangers fans.
Mike Bossy fan.
Absolutely. Big fan. Clark Gillies, Bossy, Trottier, Nystrom. Loved it all. Loved them all. Loved their coach. But I will tell you, going to Madison Square Garden to see a Ranger game was always an event. And what's funny is I know that you'll remember this, a lot of people out there, the Islanders and the Rangers hate each other, guys. And still, if you go to New York till today and the Islanders are in Madison Square Garden, you'll hear chanting, Dennis Potvin beats his wife. And it's been 30 years since he's been on the team. But I will tell you, outside of the Madison Square Garden, which is a great place to see any event, I think the Vegas Golden Knights at the T-Mobile Arena, it's not just an event, it's epic going there. So I know you and I have talked about next time you come to Vegas, you'll try to schedule it to where you come see a game there. But it's nothing I've ever seen in hockey ever. And I've seen some great teams playing in some great in their home on their home ice over the years, but I've never seen any hockey like the events that's at T-Mobile. I really haven't.
And that's why they'll be all right as far as attendance go, Joe, because that is just, it's a show. And I'm a big Montreal Canadian fan from the time I was about 7 years old, and I was at the closing of the old Montreal Forum, and that was the best place I had ever watched hockey for all those years. And then I got the Vegas game, me and Mrs. Buster. We've been at for 3 years before the pandemic. We were actually going in March. We had rooms booked for March 17th, 20 when the pandemic come. And actually, Brian Leonard was good enough from Wager Talk to say, you know what, Buster, don't come. They're closing the strip on the Sunday. We canceled, but we were going to go to a Vegas game there again. We've been every year we've gone when the Vegas has been there. We've gone to a game. I strongly suggest it. They'll be fine. It's just one of those things that happen. You can't be winners all the time, Joe. We all know that in this business. So as long as you're winners a lot of the time, that's all that matters.
Well, that's right. And as a Yankee fan, a lot of people like to come down on me and say, well, you guys haven't won in a while. And I just told them we couldn't win in a while. We needed time off to build a bigger trophy case. So now we have that time off. We could go back to winning. Don, will you stay till the end of the show?
Of course.
I love you, Don. Sports fans, let's go to the Greek god of soccer. We've got the god of hockey, and now we're going to go to the Greek god of soccer. Let's go to Pavlos. Let's go to Pavlos. I messed it up
But you know
already.
what?
See, I'm still off my
I
game.
do have to say one thing. I am going to have to now bet Don's play with the total because my hometown is playing my old town.
Yeah, that's right. She's a Chicagoan.
So it's hard for me to pick.
So every time
choose.
somebody scores a goal, you're going to go with Don Buster. Every time somebody, you can get up and cheer.
I can cheer no matter who scores a goal because it's hard for me to choose between my new team and my old team.
Well, let me just tell you one thing. I'm your only team. That's all you got. I'm the home team. So anyway, let's go from the god of ice to the Greek god of soccer, Pavlos Laguretos, who is doing really good. I mean, on this show, he's killing it, guys. Let's let him tell you what he's got going on tonight, and then he's got another free winner, because that seems like all he's been giving out on the show is free winners. Pavlos, take it away, buddy.
Yeah, I went 5-1 with my big bets last week. Made over 8 units of profit in the weekend alone, just those 3 days. I'm on a perfect 7-0 run in the La Liga right now, and I'm 5-0 in the big La Liga plays. That's 5 units and 10 units all season. So I'm unbeaten in the big La Liga plays all season, and I have a 10-unit La Liga monster up for Friday. I have a couple of Italian bets up for today, Wednesday. But for my free pick, I'm going to take you guys to Germany, where we have a crucial matchup between Stuttgart and Wolfsburg. Now, Wolfsburg are one of my favorite teams, but this season they are struggling a lot. However, they saved the season. They're now sitting at the middle of the league table with just a few matches to go, and they're rather safe from relegation. But that can't be said for Stuttgart, who are sitting at the 16th spot with 28 points, 4 points below the red line. So they need the win here. They absolutely need the win here. And here's the thing with this Stuttgart side. When you look at their last 4 matches, they struggle a lot. They only scored a single goal, but the truth is that they played good soccer, especially in the offense. So it doesn't do them justice, the fact that they scored no goals in their last 3. I expect them, especially their offense, to loosen up against this Wolfsburg side, who has been really, really bad defensively. Yes, they're coming off a 5-0 win against Mainz, but on the road, Wolfsburg have been really, really bad, especially on the defense. I mean, they conceded 2+ goals in 9 of their last 10 away matches, and even against the weakest teams in this league. So Stuttgart, they have the better motive here. They want to save themselves from relegation. So I'm going to go ahead and take Stuttgart on the money line here, plus 108.
There you go. The Greek god of soccer, Pavlos Laguretos, said take Stuttgart, plus 108. Guys, he's been winning everything he puts out there. Use some of those discounts. Go buy Pavlos, man, because he is the best I've ever seen in soccer. On this panel today, it's not an easy task, but we're going to go to the best-looking person on the panel. No, it's not me. It's Dionne, the first lady of Vegas, who is something like an 18-3 free play run between this and the MLB baseball show. And she would have been 4-0 the other day when we had technical problems. That we're not counting that, but she's another big play yesterday here on the show. She's got some exciting things she wants to tell you about. She got a big baseball play tonight, and she also has a baseball winner for you today.
I do.
Take it away, Dionne.
All right. Well, I am excited to announce that today I have another MLB Grand Slam release. Going back to last year, my Grand Slams are hitting 63%. So join me here, hit a Grand Slam, and win big.
There you go. And you have a free winner for
I do. And like Joey did say, I did have another nice free winner yesterday on the show, bringing me, oh my God, what was it, 16 and
something, 16, 17, 18,
17, somewhere around there. So this is the perfect time to jump on that deal. Hoop 99 to get the rest of the season for $99. And today's free play, we're going to go ahead and go to the diamond. So Minnesota sits atop the AL Central at 9-8, while Detroit is currently tied for last place at 6-10. The Twins took game 1 of the series yesterday, 5-4. That victory gave them 4 wins in the last 5 meetings in this division rivalry. And it's hard to overlook the fact that the Twinkies have now won 5 in a row, outscoring their opponents 23-11. Pineda and Ryan are scheduled starters, and both have looked good thus far this season. No matter how motivated Pineda is to face his former team, he's just not going to get the run support from the struggling Detroit lineup. The Tigers are just 7-21 the last 28 meetings at Target Field, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Twins on the run line.
First lady of Vegas is take the Twins on the run line. And guys, 7-16-3, 7-3-18-3. Guys, if her free plays are doing that, what do you think our premium plays are doing? Use these discounts. Go to SportsMemo, buy Now, guys, it's time to adjust the volumes because Joey D has got some hype and another free play winner for everyone.
Well, you are just killing it yourself. So, you do need some whoop whoop because you are all over the leaderboard.
Well, I'm fortunate enough to wake up with you every morning. But yes, I can't sing and dance, but I could pick winners.
That's right.
And I could pick women. I got to tell you, because I got the best one ever. I'm very excited about today. My baseball's starting to heat up. Today, we don't just win big, but we scorch your book on the diamond. I have my 16-4 MLB high roller play. These are normally reserved for my personal clients that can bet a minimum of 10 dimes a game. Be on this proven winner and be on the same information as some of the biggest whales in the world. I have this play available right now at SportsMemo for just $7. I've got another free winner for everyone. Let's go to an early game in baseball. So right after you see the show, get this play in because I really do like it. Very quietly, the New York Mets own the best overall record in baseball at 14-5. Not only are they winning at home, but they're also winning on the road, sporting an 8-2 away from home mark. They've taken games 1 and 2 of this series by a combined score of 8-2, as the St. Louis Cardinals have now dropped 3 in a row. It's true, guys. New York owns the major's third-ranked pitching staff, a team ERA 2.59. Ouch. But their lineup has now come alive, ranking 6th. They're averaging over 4.6 a game, 4.68 runs per game. The last couple of years, it's been their offense that's kind of hurt this team. If they could get some run support, they would go further and maybe even get a title. I will tell you this, my friend. Right now, their offense is ranking in the top 10 in every major category, while their pitching is holding as expected. They're holding real solid. Meanwhile, the Cardinals, which is a team that many out there feel will be a contender for the NL pennant this season, but suddenly their offense is not producing. They've accounted for 3 total runs during their 3-game slide. Carrasco and Matz, their scheduled starters here, both have good ERAs against today's opponent, but Carrasco is off to a much better start this season. So I'm going to side with a New York team that's 4-0 the last 4 meetings in St. Louis. I'm playing the Mets here. This is an early game. It's 10:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I believe. Take that game. Take it to the bank. It's nice to start the day off with an early win. Let's bring everybody back on. Couple announcements. Before we do announcements, Don Buster, any closing thoughts or comments?
Just wish everyone all the best today. Good luck with all your plays. And, come on over and get that package that we have going for the NHL playoffs. It's a great deal, $149.
Pavlos, any closing thoughts or comments?
Actually, I wanted to say before, I don't know what I'm more surprised by, the fact that Las Vegas, a desert, has a hockey team, or that the Canadian geese found their way to Vegas. Because I know it's not migrating season, right? And even I don't know. It's really fun, though.
Pavlos, I don't know if you know about this. I know Don will probably remember. About 27, 28, 29 years ago, here outdoors at Caesar's Palace, in the summertime, we had a hockey game. Well, it wasn't summertime, but it was hot out.
Warm.
We had the LA Kings when they had Gretzky going against Messier and the Rangers. It was a sellout, but by the middle of the first period, the ice started melting. Swear to God, they were slushing around. But I'll tell you what, back then it created a lot of interest because you had a lot of people coming from LA. We have a large amount of residents here from the East Coast and particularly from New York. And it brought a lot of excitement. And then it died out. And then when Vegas became the most popular tourist place in the world, they started talking about bringing teams here. And then we got the Golden Knights, we got the Raiders. We're talking baseball. We're talking basketball. We're excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. But that goose, that Canadian goose, I'm going to tell you, I want to put a little barbecue sauce on that. We'll be finger licking tonight, I promise you. Maybe you can bring the beer. Don will bring the Canadian barbecue sauce. Yes. Probably have maple syrup in it, and we'll make it even better. We'll have a lot of fun. Dionne, yes. Today I want everybody to watch the Full Count Show, the MLB Sports Betting Show today live, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be hosting. Jesse Schul, Ron Kabang will be joining me, so tune in before you pull the trigger on any of your baseball bets. Also, Dionne, you have a couple of discounts.
We do. Today is also Fill Your Cart Wednesday. Anything that you can fit in your cart, 33% off from any of the handicappers, as much as you want. 33% off cart, 33 upon checkout. And we have that amazing deal for Joey and I, huge NBA discount. We are both on the pro basketball leaderboards for a few days, for a week, for a month, and for the season. SportsMemo is allowing you to receive the rest of NBA for just $99. Use code HOOP $99 upon checkout.
Oop, there it is. All right,
There
sports
it
fans.
is.
Also, real quick, we love it if you follow the Sports Memo YouTube and Twitter channels. Best collection of cappers on the planet are at Sports Memo. We post a lot of free stuff, tons of free stuff. Let me run down the free plays. Don Buster, you had.
Golden Knights, Blackhawks over 6.
Let's go to Pavlos,
I have Stuttgart on the money line plus 108.
the First Lady of Vegas.
I am going with the Twins minus 1.5 plus 115.
And I have, I'm jumping the gun again, just like our wedding night. Joey D had the Mets minus $1.30. Guys, follow, not just follow Sports Memo's Twitter page. Follow Pavlos at Paulie_WT. Follow at Don Buster at Don_Buster. Dionne, what is your Twitter?
You can find me over at the First Lady of Vegas, and you can go ahead and find Joey over at Joe D'Amico Wins.
Dionne, can you do us a favor and take us out of here before I
I
fumble
sure
through
can.
any more words this broadcast?
So tomorrow we have Ronald Cabang and John Ryan joining the First Family. So be sure to tune in tomorrow. And on behalf of Sports Memo, Don, Pavlos, and us, this is the First Family of Vegas.
Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.